Madison Reedy is here again for Business News and joins. Well, you took your notepad and headed off to an annual meeting today, Sky TV.
I even took my microphone with me, Alex.
Did you?
I did. I know. I took all of the gear.
What did you find out? Anything interesting?
Yeah, they did make some announcements today. Not all of the ones that we were expecting or hoping for, but they did announce some product developments. They've said for a while that this year is the year that they're going to roll out some new technology, which is essentially stemming the losses of those subscribers that they've been kind of gushing lately. They lost 50,000 subscribers in the year just gone, so they're basically doing everything they can to at least reduce that. They did say today, though, when I spoke to the Chief Executive, John Follett, that their churn rate, which is the speed at which they lose subscribers, that has slowed down, but they didn't announce...
Stemming the bleeding.
Stemming the bleeding, quite literally, the wound that is subscriber losses for Sky. But they didn't announce any trading or profit guidance, so shareholders sitting in the room were obviously expecting some figures there, and that was never given. They did announce, though, a new channel for Sky called Soho 2, which is all about premium drama, which the Chief Executive loves. They also announced an internet-connected Sky set-top box. So rather than their traditional satellite decoder box, which is, you know, the Sky guys come over and stick your satellite on top of your roof and you put your decoder in and that's when you can turn on Sky. Now they're going to start selling an internet-connected one, most likely by next year, and that means you can take it with you anywhere you like and watch Sky at your batch or wherever you like.
This is competing with Vodafone TV and all those
all
other
of that, but
options.
Interestingly, when I spoke to John Follett as well, they're in talks with the likes of Netflix, and he said, quote, "We are very close to a deal with Netflix," and they're also talking with Amazon Prime. What they want the set-top box to be is the home for everything.
Right.
So that's their plan there. We were also expecting an announcement about the new Chief Executive. John Follett is leaving.
Right.
He announced earlier this year that he was heading out after about 17 years in the Chief Executive seat, but they didn't announce that today. They are down to 4 candidates, though. 3 are offshore. 1 is from within their ranks. No name given there, but there is speculation that it's Jason Hollingworth, who was the Chief Financial Officer, but they had no comment when I asked them about that.
Now, you're about to tell us we're going to get slugged with another tax, are you?
It's not all bad, though.
Right.
So this one here is what's been dubbed the Amazon tax. And it's been dubbed that because retailers have been frustrated ever since the rise of this global tech giant and online marketplace giant Amazon. And if you didn't know, Amazon actually started selling books. And books are one of the things that have been a low-value item that aren't taxed. We don't pay goods and services tax on them if you buy them from the likes of Amazon overseas. So retailers here, local retailers, have obviously been frustrated about that because bookstores here have to put GST on the likes of their books. So what the Revenue Minister, Stuart Nash, announced today is that there will be a tax coming into effect from October next year. There will be a tax, a GST tax on low-value goods below the $1,000 threshold. But it's not all bad. When you see a tax, you obviously think you're going to have to pay more on something. But in the case of this one, things that are typically under a threshold, which was about $400.
That's right. Yeah.
We now don't actually have to pay what was a duty tariff, which is about 10%. We have to pay that now. That'll be whacked. We don't have to pay that anymore. And also a border processing fee won't have to be paid either. The government did give a very good example on this. So they used the example of a $300 jacket. So if you bought that online now, that would cost you about $432. And that's because you have to pay a 10% duty tariff, a border processing fee, and GST on top of it. But under the new law from next year, you'll only have to pay $345 for the $300 jacket. That's because you'll only be paying GST.
Wow, he sold that well. Through you.
and there are a few things there as well that we will see that price on items online, so you'll be able to see it. It'll be quite transparent.
So it'll be transparent. Great. A quick run of the markets today.
We closed down just 1 point, which is almost not worth mentioning, is it? So we closed tonight at 8,911. The New Zealand dollar's buying at 65.5 US cents, 91.8 Australian and 50 British pence.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Madison Reedy there with the latest in the business world.